Dear learners, my heartfelt felicitation to you all wherever you are. I am Chandrasekhar Sikdar, lecturer of English, Dhaka Shiksha Board Laboratory School and College. Dear learners, today I am before you with a new topic from English grammar, and the name of this topic is modifier, and I will give you 5 consecutive classes on this topic, and all these classes are based on the English grammar book written by Ward, Greenbaum, Lees, Jans Vartig and Linda Thomas, and I hope you won't miss any part of it. Otherwise, there will be a mess. And after the completion of these classes, you will find how easy the topic modifier is. Okay? Let's start. You see, modifiers. The verb form of the word modifier is modify, means to change or alter the particular word in a sentence. Okay, that means a modifier changes, clarifies, qualifies or limit particular word in a sentence in order to add emphasis, explanation or detail. A modifier can be a single word, a phrase or a clause. So to define modifier, we can say that modifiers are words or group of words that qualifies or describe in a sentence. Okay. Now, the types. Generally, modifiers are of two types. According to the position to a word, it modifies. Okay. They are pre-modifier and the second one is post-modifier. Now, the question arises, what is pre-modifier? Yes, in a pre-modifier, that means a pre-modifier appears before the head word of a sentence. For example, it was a nice house. Here you see, house is the head word and nice, this is an adjective. It is placed before the head word. So this is pre-modifier. And post-modifier, post-modifiers appear after the head word in a sentence. For example, you say, the girl with blue eyes sat beside me. Here you see, the girl is the head word. With blue eyes, this is a prepositional phrase. It appears after the head word. Okay, so with blue eyes, this is the post modifier. Now, there is another example. Alex bought a chocolate cake yesterday. Okay, see the sentence carefully. Here you, A is a determiner as pre-modifier, chocolate, noun as pre-modifier, that means noun adjective, and cake, this is a noun, this is a head word. Yesterday, that is adverb as post modifier. So in this sentence, you see A, chocolate, these are pre-modifiers, and yesterday, this is a post modifier that appear after the head word. Now, dear learners, considering the placement of modifier, it is of 3 types. Number 1, misplaced modifiers, squinting modifiers, and dangling modifiers. Dear learners, you know, many sentences. See, this is misplaced modifier. In many sentences in the first glance appears to be correct, but in the second reading, they seem unorganized due to misplaced modifiers. Now, the question arises, what is misplaced modifier? A misplaced modifier is a word or a phrase or a clause that is improperly separated from the word it is modifying. That means, if your modifier is too far away, it could lead to an ambiguous or wrong meaning. Okay? And mainly it happens in the case of adverbs and prepositional phrases and adjective clause. For example, Rohit heard her when she whispered clearly. Here you see, clearly, this modifier is supposed to modify the word heard, but Here, this is very near to the word whispered. Actually, the meaning of this sentence is about Rohit's hearing. But in this sentence, it seems that the modifier clearly is modifying the word whispered. So this is incorrect. This is misplaced modifiers because it gives us the wrong information, wrong meaning. So the correct sentence would be Rohit heard her clearly when she whispered. Now, dear learners, squinting modifiers. A squinting modifier is a type of misplaced modifier. Okay? A squinting modifier makes the meaning of a sentence ambiguous because it is unclear whether it is modifying the text before or after it. Okay? For example, you see, his driving slowly becomes annoying. This sentence, slowly, the modifier is in between driving and becomes. So we are confused here whether the modifier slowly is modifying the word driving or becomes. We are confused. So in that case, we can change this adverb slowly to an adjective form and then it will be correct. For example, you see, his slow driving becomes annoying. This is now correct. Okay. And now the third one, dangling modifiers. Dear learners, you know that very often many phrases or clauses really load the sentences with information by giving extra significance. But if they are misplaced, if they are unorganized, it creates ambiguity and confusion. And dangling modifier is one of them. So what is dangling modifier? This modifier always incomplete in terms of clauses, participles or infinitive phrase. For example, you say, running fast to catch the train, my iPhone fell out of my pocket. Here the meaning of this sentence as if my iPhone is running fast and it fell out of my pocket. But that is not the correct sentence or the correct meaning. Here actually the subject is missing. So the answer would be, while I was running fast to catch the train, my iPhone fell out of my pocket. And another example, you see, to recover from the accident, the doctor suggested some rest. In this sentence, now the question arises, who need to take some rest? The doctor himself or the speaker? This is not clear. So, in this sentence, the correct one will be, according to the doctor, I need some rest to recover from the accident. So, dear students, this is the general overview of modifiers. But as a student of class 11 and 12, you need to focus mainly on pre and post modifier. And in the next class, I shall talk about the pre and post modifier in detail. So you just practice this today, and in the next class I shall talk about the pre and post modifier in detail. So till then, be safe and sound. Thank you. Bye.